I absolutely love Halo. I love the books. I love the anime. I love the original video games before 343 took over. Halo 4 was alright, and it just went downhill from there, man. Halo, it's time for a change! And not just canceling the TV show because it was garbage. No, we need some new good Halo, and probably we need to hand it off to somebody else. Let's sell it back to Bungie and have them make Halo over there at Sony. Why not? Let's do that. I'd rather have that and whatever the f they're doing with Bungie right now, and whatever the f they're doing with 343 or Halo Studios.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret that Halo isn't where a lot of people wish the franchise would be.
You
so
don't
many
say.
things fans would love to see added and changed. So today, I'm giving you
When I go back and play Halo Reach, and I think it's a better game and a better time than Halo Infinite, you got a problem there, man.
guys a voice. I asked a question yesterday: if you were in charge of Halo, what would be one thing you'd add and why? I received so many replies, ranging from
One thing I'd add, I can tell you one thing that I'd take out: all the microtransactions. That'll get me back in, where I can actually unlock stuff. Not just play for a week and then I finally unlock something that I want. No, you should be unlocking something that you want multiple times a day. You should be having a hard time choosing what you want to wear.
multiplayer suggestions, campaign suggestions, some opinions that surprised me. Some I agreed with, some I didn't. Today, we're going through all of them. At the end of the video, I'll ask you guys again, and you can leave me your thoughts on if you were in charge, what would you change? But before we get to that, a big thank you to Konami for sponsoring today's video.
Whoa.
I've been a huge Metal Gear fan for years, and when they reached out to sponsor one of my videos, I was like, oh my god, yes please. Metal Gear Solid
That's
Delta
cool.
Snake Eater is a remake of the original
Never
2004
played 'em.
game developed on the Unreal Engine.
I'm gonna
Just
get
like
to them
you
on
check in
my
this video
gaming
with
channel.
Me, have custom Xbox you to Konami. Absolute legends for sponsoring today's video.
I don't
So
like
if you were in
Konami.
charge of Halo, what would you add? The first comment we have from Madman is Battle Royale, and you would not believe the amount of comments I got
No.
saying the exact same thing. There was at least
No.
100 comments saying please add a Battle Royale to Halo.
I don't think there'd be enough people that want to play Battle Royale in Halo for there to even be a Battle Royale. They tried that, and they didn't get enough people.
I get the appeal, I do. Halo is a very unique game that any mode would work, and if there was a battle royale I'd ever play, it would be Halo. The reason why I
Yeah, but if you think about how what they did with Firefight, it makes me not excited for them to put in a Battle Royale if that's ever going to be a thing, which it's not. I just want Firefight, damn it, the actual Firefight from ODST and Reach, not whatever this Horde mode is that they got us playing. I don't know if they fixed it or not. They probably didn't.
hesitate to add a battle royale is that I worry that if it was implemented, it would take away from the core game modes that I love, that I grew up with. If a battle royale was additive and not a replacement, then sure, but you guys have seen throughout the years how things have gone in gaming, especially
Yep,
Call
I
of
already
Duty.
know.
Activision pushed their battle royale
If it becomes popular, that's the thing that they focus on. There's no passion. It's whatever's popular, whatever makes the most money.
so much that the arena modes, the staple modes that made Call of Duty, well, Call of Duty, they suffered. If a Halo game, and this is a big if, had a large-scale player count mode like Warzone, Big Team Battle Standard 8v8 or 12v12, and the usual arena-based playlists, and then you want to add in a battle royale, then sure, go ahead. I could see the upside of maybe attracting players from different franchises. It would be very fun, but I don't want it to come at the cost of Halo's soul. Next up from Leonessa, she says the 1 to 50 ranking system. If you didn't know, during Halo 2 and Halo 3, we had a very different ranking system than
Yep.
we have today.
I did
Instead
like
of
it.
having bronze,
But I do like the Halo Reach ranking system. If there wasn't microtransactions involved.
silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then onyx, we had a number system that had rank 1 being a private and rank 50 being a general. The new system we have actually allows players to go beyond what the old one did. As a max rank player, a rank 50 on the old system when compared to the new one today is around a diamond level player. The 343 developer at the time who made the new system cited that years ago. It always stuck in my brain. To go beyond that, I think I just prefer the old ranks in general. The Halo 3 ranks are by far my favorite in the Halo franchise, and some
Halo 3 is my second favorite. Halo Reach is my favorite.
Something that I loved was that it wasn't purely just playtime to get the max rank. It had that skill component attached, and it meant that players would go and play ranked a lot more. Moving on from that, we have Ronan, and he simply says a veto system to play the maps we want.
Yeah,
it is absolutely ludicrous.
Why is that not even a thing? Like, back in the day, every multiplayer game had this. Now they just throw it in as like, well, you don't like it, too bad.
In this day and age that players don't have the choice to skip a map if an absolutely horrible one shows up yet.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was the best about it in my opinion. Dude, it was so good. Black Ops 2 also, where you could either vote for top map, second map, or vote to skip and get a new round of maps.
A voting system means that picking popular maps happens more often, but a veto instead of a vote means that you could get a better choice, but you could also get a worse one. At the very least, you don't have to play the same map again. And there's times on Halo Infinite where I played 10 games and I've gotten the same map 7 times out of 10. I don't know why it's like this. Something is very wrong with how Halo Infinite picks maps. It seems like it changes day to day, but on that certain day, you seem...
I think it picks it on game time. I think it picks it on amount of time people play it, and if it keeps picking that map, then people play it more, so it keeps picking the map, and it changes day by day. I think that's how it works, because that's what it felt like it was doing. It felt like whatever map was being played the most that day is whatever map you were going to get recommended the most. And it just was like this chain reaction of you're going to get the same map over and over and over again.
To get that map a lot. I'm not sure exactly why it happens, but it really doesn't give me any variety. This comment from Drew actually fits really nicely into this. He says easier social integration, being able to easily speak to one another. Joining a team/player hasn't been done well since Bungie games, and Halo is, at its core, a social game. And to build on this, I hope the developers have taken this on board at this point. It's just missing features in general. There's so much Halo should have, so much Halo could add, so much Halo could innovate on. You guys watching this video right now could probably think of a missing feature you would love to have in a future Halo game off the top of your head. There is so many. For me, veto/voting is the big one. Being able to make friends is another. I want games to incentivize being social and interacting with one another again. Never again should a Halo game that has free-for-all, which is everybody against everyone, limit you to not be able to hear a single player. And on top of that,
that's so dumb.
Even send them a text chat. You can search Rumble Pit on Halo Infinite today, and we had to fight to even be able to search with your friends. You still can't communicate with them in game. That means you have to use Discord.
Dude, we've gone backwards. It was perfect. We had it perfect. What the why'd you change it? Like Halo Reach, Modern Warfare 2, if you don't want to hear somebody, you just go down the line and mute them. That's like, that was better than not being able to hear anybody at all. Oh, but people are toxic online. Mute them. It's an M-rated game. The f are we doing?
Or a different third-party service just to talk to each other. It equals a very sterile and anti-social experience. A lot of these comments all tell a story, and they're all linked in so many ways. Funny Spartan says a matchmaking system that is built for fun, just definitely not whatever artificial matchmaking system we have right now. You guys see what
Dude, I'm so excited for the new Halo. Whatever the next Halo is going to be. I'm so excited to see what kind of that game's gonna be.
I mean, the features, the matchmaking, the experience. The current system is so broken that you have almost the '1 ranked player in the world purposely throwing game.
I think the next Halo is gonna play like Borderlands. I think it's gonna feel like Borderlands, like whenever you move around and shoot, because they're using the Unreal Engine, and I think that it's gonna happen. It's gonna be like that, because Borderlands is like the main Unreal Engine first-person shooter
every day in unranked, so the system will give him the best players in the lobby when he eventually goes to ranked. I said for years that unranked playlist performance will affect team balancing in the ranked modes. So many people didn't believe me, and then one player absolutely destroyed the matchmaking system, single-handedly proving my point. All I want is for matchmaking to be a social experience, and for ranked, each playlist should have its own skill-based matchmaking. There is absolutely no no way your performance in an unranked big team battle game should affect the team balancing you get in ranked. Now, when I was reading comments and I thought this one would be a perfect segue, a transition from features to campaign, Nikos says Forge at launch, a campaign with a story not focused on the Master Chief. A fresh narrative would be much appreciated.
Oh yeah.
And first of all, I very much
Yeah. Make a Halo game that's not Master Chief. But they can't do that because Master Chief sells. That's IP right there. That's the mascot of Halo. And like, can we not get another Halo Wars or something like that? Something that's Halo universe, but not a mainline Halo game? Can we have that? Like, let's get a twin stick shooter again.
agree that Forge needs to be there at launch. The creations that were created in Infinite would have been seen by millions of more users if it came out when the game did. So
How about something new? How about like a tactical RPG?
I hope that's in future titles. Secondly, Halo is so much more than just the Master Chief. Yeah, do a campaign about Chief, but you could do so many stories beyond him. Halo ODST 2, Spartan Jerome, Flood Horror, even an infected Spartan.
They can't do ODST 2. That's not a thing that they are able to do.
There is
Too
so
old.
much in the Halo universe to tell, and people would love to know more about it. Hell, even when I was reading through comments, I found one that asked for Halo Wars 3 and to include space battles. And
Yeah.
after seeing the Halo Reach space combat mod that I covered
Or even like a Civilization type game.
the other day, the
So many
sky is the
ideas!
limit for what Halo is capable of. Next up today, we have a 3-for, 3 comments that I felt like when put together, all
Get a
tell
Halo combat racing game.
a story.
Something.
One is split screen, one is dual
Oh,
wielding,
yeah, well,
one
split
is
screen.
a deeper, more invested campaign with co-op at launch. The big thing
These are things that Halo used to have, the dual wielding, the split screen, and we don't got no more. What the We are literally going backwards with Halo. We have gone backwards. Even further backwards than the first one.
here again is features.
Marathon was better!
I'd love a Halo campaign that has co-op
The old
on launch.
Marathon.
I don't think I'm asking for much here. Dual wielding was fun, especially in campaigns. Yes, it's harder to balance a weapon sandbox around it, but seeing dual wield needler elites in Halo 2 was a sight to behold. I'm very much a believer of the rule of cool. Not everything has to
Yep.
be perfectly balanced, especially for a campaign, and I'd
If
love
it's
to
fun.
see more things.
Who the cares as long as it's fun? Well, they got to have the competitive stuff to it because streamers and competitions and esports drives all the profits, man. And if people are proud of their characters, then they'll buy stuff for their characters. They'll buy cosmetics, microtransactions. Disgusting. As long as they keep doing this, as long as they keep doing stuff like that, it's gonna fail. And they're gonna be wondering, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why people don't like my game. I wonder. I wonder.
That are just fun. The Halo Infinite Mutilator, the double barrel shotgun, is a perfect example of this. It's just so damn cool. Keeping with the campaign trend from Torrent of Pork, we have I'd add in writers who know how to tell a complete story without burying character introductions, motivations, and important plot points in other media. This is something that 343 really struggle with, so we'll see what happens when Halo Studios takes a crack at it. The Halo books should not be required reading. I don't mind reading them, but they shouldn't be necessary to know exactly what
Right.
is happening in universe. I think less than one
Yeah, don't base things that are happening in the Halo games off of what's going on in the books. Like, make a game about something that's going on in the books directly, an adaptation. Don't just be like, oh, well, actually, this is a sequel to Contact Harvest. Like, what?
percent of the Halo video game audience actually read the books, so it's a very small minority. The games, on the other hand, need to have a cohesive narrative going forward. The Halo 4, 5, and Infinite trilogy feels like a mess narratively. They all have major different tone differences, themes, and really, they don't feel similar at all. It again comes back to not trying to reinvent the wheel. When you've got something that is considered a masterpiece by many, it's going to be an extremely difficult task to improve on that. The best thing you can do is to be additive, especially when we consider the rumored Halo Combat Evolved
not
remake.
gonna
If
be
you
good.
want to do a faithful rendition of Bungie's first Halo game, tell the same story.
Bro, we don't need 3 versions of the same game. Do we? Do we need another Halo 1? It hasn't been that long since we got the previous one.
Cannot stress that enough, but build up the surrounding story beats, a larger emphasis on the Flood's transformation of the ring world, add in newer enemy factions like brutes and drones. There's a lot you can do to make the player feel like they're reliving their childhood, but also be respectful and entertaining.
And don't make it look like that.
Incredible if it is done
I don't want fat, smooth Master Chief.
right. The key word there, of course, guys, is if it's done right. Now, something that is a contentious debate in gaming right now, and it's skins. Halo Infinite did a pretty good job where they're based mostly in universe, and they still resemble Spartans, but are they?
I think the skins are fine. I think the gameplay is fine. I think just the balancing is trash. And I think that the fact that you have to pay for most of these things is trash. The fact that there's a battle pass is trash. All of it's trash.
Games like Call of Duty have completely destroyed any semblance of being a casual military shooter. I mean, they did crossovers like American Dad. Sticky Fingers says a red versus blue toggle, so players can choose either the outline system or the traditional red versus blue experience. Now, I personally prefer red versus blue, but it was decided very early on that in Halo Infinite's development, they went with the outline system. With Halo Infinite being free to play, the main source of income for that game is cosmetics, and I kind of view this like Pandora's box. The change
I hate it. That's, in my opinion, what ruined the whole thing.
has been made, and I doubt red versus blue will ever return. Speaking of things I want to return, and this comment comes from Metal, he says more physics.
They won't be able to do it right without putting activism in it.
Based gameplay like Halo 3. Yes, Halo Infinite fixed their physics and their networking to be closer to past games, but it still didn't quite hit the mark Halo 3 did. Even Halo 5, Halo 4, and Halo Reach, they still didn't reach the heights that Halo 3 set in terms of physics. To this day, it is my favorite game to do fun things on, as it allows for the greatest creativity in terms of gameplay. So many legendary Halo moments were due to
the sandbox map with Forge. Dude, I would spend days just playing Forge. Building up, like, racing maps, puzzle maps, maps that are racing maps that the first person who gets to the end gets to this whole room full of weapons to just destroy everybody who's trying to get to them. And it's like a game of King of the Hill.
Physics Halo 3 had. Halo Studios, I'm talking to you directly here. If you ever wanted to replicate the success Halo has had in the past, you have to nail the physics. I cannot stress that enough. The physics in a Halo game directly correlate to the experience a player will have. Doesn't matter if you're a casual, a veteran, or even a competitive player. If you're
really what they should do, and nobody does this, dude, take one of your old games, rework it, same engine, same assets, same everything, and just make another one. Make it Halo 3 2. Why does nobody do this? Nobody does this. They always have to make it bigger and better than the last one. Why can't you just make a sequel that's the same but different? Nobody does it.
a competitive player, having good physics means how you interact with the environment is going to feel smooth. If something awesome happens and you're a casual player, you're going to record it and share it with others. And if you're a veteran Halo player, you know all about Halo physics. It's the core thing that sets us aside from other games.
I think a big problem is the people who are working on the new Halos have never played Halo. They only know about the new one, or maybe the one before it. They played a little bit of it or watched some gameplay of it to get the feel for it, so they can make a sequel. They don't these people don't actually play video games. They've said it themselves. Especially the guy who was talking about like, oh, I don't like guns. I don't like that this game has guns, but you know what? It's a sci-fi game. I can get past it. Like, why are you working on a first-person shooter if you don't like guns? It just seems like fails all around.
I cannot stress enough, and I'm always going to say this, how important physics are for Halo. Next up is something that I've wanted for a while, and it's from Crow. He says a playlist that rotates every 2 months, but you could do sooner than that, of map and game modes made by the community. I'd have a dedicated team of people who go out and find these maps and bring in a few that they think are cool and fun. This idea could work for Halo MCC, Halo Infinite, any future game. I've always thought, especially for MCC, that the community would make really fun, unique playlists to keep the game fresh, especially—
They used to do this. Halo Reach used to do this. Why did they stop? Because players are toxic. That's why. That's why they stopped. They don't trust people. They think that people are bad. They have to curate their game so that children can play it. An M-rated game!
Because the developers have seemingly moved on from the game. MCC has 6 different multiplayers, and we haven't had a new playlist rotation on that game in years. That collection has such potential, and it's really a missed opportunity. Finally, today we have the Lightning.
Yeah, they're gonna use all of their resources for the microtransactions, because that's where the money gets made. They're not gonna actually do anything good, because that doesn't make money. That's not gonna drive people back. They just have to milk the people who stayed.
Round. I did this last time and you guys liked it, so here we go. Donald says prioritizing a large social mode over competitive arena. This includes BTB and Warzone, which is far more enjoyable than sweating in 4v4. To that I say Halo has so much untapped potential on bigger sized modes that should be explored.
Can you play Slayer yet? Just Slayer. Just Slayer. Can you do that?
MCD says Reach style customization, 4-player split screen in every game, new ODST game, and a game
like plain old Slayer, plain old Team Slayer. That's what I want. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. Maybe some SWAT. But even SWAT was f***ed up.
Based on Harvest. To comment on customization, I think Infinite's customization was great, but that stupid core system ruined everything. Get rid of the core system and allow full customization pieces. Next, we have Dillard.
But they can't do that because they would make less money on the cosmetics.
Who simply says new games, and I agree, we need more Halo, more games. Jack88 literally said copy Helldivers 2, and if the ODST crossover is anything to go by, a PvE Halo game would go over really well with fans. Lastly today, from Bruhari, they said make it sci-fi horror, make Elite scary again. And
Dude,
truthfully,
right?
I do miss the horror elements from Halo. I don't know if they'll ever come back to the level.
It won't, because horror elements scares children. And they want children to play it because that's more people to play it. Then they'll talk their parents into buying them cosmetics. And if it's scary, they don't want to play a scary game. They want to play a fun, colorful game.
Combat Evolved did, but I wish they would for the remake. And that's it. That's what the Halo community would add/change if they are in charge of the franchise. If you've watched all the way to here, let me know what you would add. If you could add one thing, I look forward to what you have to say. Big thank you again to Konami for sponsoring today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.
Halo's cooked. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for all notifications. See you in the next one.